Hey Spuddies, Potato McWhiskey here, and welcome back to Against the Storm. Today I think we're going to move on up a difficulty level. We've managed to pull off a couple of towns here. We're about halfway through the cycle. I'm trying to think about where I want to go. I would really like to pick up these monuments here. The nice thing about the levitating monument, I kind of want these artifacts, is my thought. We'll only have one positive modifier, but we will at least also have the ability to move most of my buildings, which is kind of handy. There's nothing I can upgrade in my Citadel, and I do need more artifacts, and getting extra food would be quite nice. I need to think about how we're going to go into here. So we're playing on very hard, or rather, yeah, we're playing on very hard rather than hard. So we only have 5 embark points. Let's have a look at our caravans. Now, we could play with harpies for the first time. I actually haven't played with harpies before. We're embarking into, what is this, a Royal Woodlands? Yeah, okay, so we're embarking into Royal Woodlands. Now, where exactly do we want to position our settlement? If we position our settlement here, I think that would allow me to claim this question mark next time. So instead, I'm going to go into a coral forest like I did last time. Now, coral forest might change things a little bit. See here, vegetation and bonus harvesting. We could go for... See, I don't know what harpies are good at doing. We could go for an agricultural run. We could go for a lizard meat run. These places do tend to have good meat and eggs, and you could do interesting things with lizards and lizards trading and dryads. Or we could go again heavy agriculture. I think I did heavy agriculture last time, so let's maybe do a lizard meat run. Now, if I'm bringing lizards, we're going to need to think about what the hell else we bring. We're probably not going to want early planks, although we could, in theory, take extra parts. We're going to start with 18 parts. If I go easier, yeah, I could start with extra parts. I could bring... bringing extra coal is always a nice idea because it means you don't have to worry about the fuel. And I'm not going to have beavers this game, so my wood production is always going to be lower. So that's something I am going to have to consider. I could also bring amber, which could mean I could do some early perk fishing with a trader. I could bring amber and stone and do early perk fishing with a trader. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go full harvest mode. Let's embark. We're going to be playing very harvest heavy. We're going to be extracting resources from the ground. We're not going to be having much of a actual built up industry this game. I think we're going to play it very, very extraction focused. It's going to be sort of a raw resource economy. Now let's see here. So reputation gain from resolve is up by 100%, which is nice because both of these races are actually easy to please. It also means they're easy to displease. That's kind of how that works. We have Looming Darkness, that's standard. We also have Piercing Winds, so fuel efficiency is 200% lower at Hostility 3. Recipes using metal or ore are 50% lower during Hostility 3. Strange Lights, if you don't have services, 20% chance of production yield destroy, or 5% chance to perish every 15 seconds from Hostility 5. So actually pretty late hostility problems. This is going to be quite good. We are going to be dealing with these fairly early, but this shouldn't be too much of a problem. And the good reputation means one of the years we'll be able to pump hard. So, how do we want to play this early game? I think we might open with a slightly different play. Now, these are the harpy people. I haven't actually played with the harpies, but if we check them out, if I could click on one of them, no, they don't want me to click on them. But I think they have what looks like to be alchemy and clothing specialization, which might suit me quite well here. So we have eggs and we have tubers in our starting zone. I might start with some of these easy glades. Let's grab a single woodcutter's camp. Normally I open with double woodcutter's camp, but I'm only going to do a single one this time. Go ahead and open that glade. And yeah, that'll be all she wrote for now. I'll make a basic pathing layout. I like to do this as my basic path layout, which is just paths running like this. This is the very, very basic area that I like to get going. I would like a stonecutter's camp for sure. And then I would also like a scavenger's camp for sure right there. So these will be the opening builds. There we go. Let's add some woodcutters. I think I'll use my lizards for woodcutting, even though lizards really hate working outside in the rain. But, they're just going to have to make do with it. Now, I wonder who my third pack of colonists are going to be, and I wonder what I'm going to do for my reputation buildings. I think that's going to be maybe dependent upon what I discover in these glades. One thing we definitely want is a crude workstation and a makeshift post. But we're going to want to play it light on the wood harvesting or the wood consumption early game. I'm wondering when I'll get my cornerstone. Let's go to maximum speed. There we go. There's our cornerstone. +2 to leather production. Could be handy. A lot of these trees do actually yield leather. If I search around, I swear some of them, or maybe I'm thinking of the marsh biome. No, coral forest. Yeah, I might be thinking of the marsh biome. I mean, leather production is fine. We could, in theory, go for a leather-based economy. We do have a leather worker. We could use leather to make water skins. If we found a source of meat, like there is potential here for a leather working economy. Protected trade is handy, but not so important. Metallurgic proficiency. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for leather working. Now, do I want to go for a supplier? Or do I want to go for the actual leather worker? I think I'll go for the leather worker. And then the ranch I can use to actually produce meat from these resources. Or produce leather, rather. I would love the Explorer's Lodge, but let's go for the ranch. And then what do we want for the ranch as well? Here's the thing. Reeds can be fed into the ranch. Far as I am aware, I'm pretty sure reeds can be fed into the ranch. Yes. So if we get reeds... Yeah, okay, so this is the foundation of our economy. The clay pit will produce reeds that we feed into the ranch. The ranch will produce fur and meat. And then that will be turned into stuff at the leather worker. So we have like the foundation of our economy right now, which is where we want to be. We have the foundational stuff handled. Okay, we'll go ahead and assign a couple of people to the stonecutter so we can start gathering that food up. And then we'll also assign a couple of people to the scavenging camp. We have new orders. Let's have a look here. Lizard resolve above 10 could be done. Sell any good worth at least that much amber, or keep lizard resolve above 10. Here's the thing. I'm pretty sure I can do lighter treatment for my lizards and pass this. This would get me 5 meat per minute and 3 more lizards. This seems super based. So now I just immediately favor lizards. And that should do that order. Delivery would get me amber. Stonecutter's camp. So this seems quite good. Just early, easy reputation. Have 5 simple tools. Or quick packing. Ooh, I really like this. It's going to be tough to do. Yeah, because I don't have much I can pack into this. Let me have a little think. The hard part is going to be packs of building materials, which I don't think I'm going to be able to do because I just don't have the resources. So I think I'm going to skip quick packing, even though I really want to do it because this is super powerful, the workstop station upgrade. Instead, I'll go for funding the expedition. So Joyful Lizards will get me some hammers. Those hammers will be used to fund the expedition. That'll get me some early planks and stuff. And then those bricks will be used to complete the camp. So all 3 of these missions chain together in a beautiful way. Let's get these shelters up and running. Lizard's Resolve is above 10, so 30 seconds until that mission completes. We found a place that has worm tongue nests and coal deposits. That's ideal. No fertile soil, though, which is not ideal. Let's have a look at where we go next. I reckon we cut through here a little bit and see where we can get into this little chunk of forest. But that theoretically, that coal might fuel our civilization for a while. Lizard Resolve is completed. We deliver this mission. That lets us deliver funded the expedition. That lets us deliver camps. This is the fastest I've ever done 3 Resolve. This is huge. Which gives me a ton of early reputation points. Let's have a little bit of a look at our trade routes. I need to build a trading post in order to do my trade routes. Well, let's get that underway. Boom, there's a trading post. So we're just waiting for wood, really, at this point, in order to construct these buildings. My workers are working away, producing. Let's defavor lizards now, so things are a little bit more equal in the camp. There's the first house up. These houses are probably going to be put on low priority, to be honest with you. I would rather get the trading camp up so I can see what that's all about. So the extra lizards are really handy. That could justify an extra woodcutter's camp. Or do I want to start packing away some of these resources that I'm picking up? Yeah, let's put 1 lizard on packing away provisions while the rest work on other things. I think I'd like to get a clay pit before I went for anything else, because I want that reed production, and then I could get a ranch. Right, we have our trading post, which means trading routes are available, and we have multiple cities that we could trade with. What could we produce and sell? So it looks like we could sell eggs to gain amber. We could also sell our hammers. It looks like wine. That's honestly a pretty good trade route on eggs. So I never really want to have more than like 9 provisions in stock at the moment, so I'll just kind of limit that just so he like slowly works away at that goal. All right, we found a small encampment, a herb node, and some coal deposits, and a stormbird nest. Handy enough. So this small encampment will be great. I could pick up humans in exchange for some meat. That'd be quite good. This would give me more population. This would give me extra amber. The extra amber, maybe I could sell. Do I want population or the amber? That's a tough choice, actually. Population or amber? Honestly, 2 extra pop this early could be huge. Let's do it. I know it's right on a storm, but this early into a mission, 2 extra pop could mean running extra buildings, maybe getting another woodcutter up, starting to clear out more land. One thing I need to start worrying about is my coal is beginning to run out, and running on a single woodcutter is not enough. I'm going to need to go to a second woodcutter soon. But I do have humans in my settlement now, and I think I have enough unemployed people to justify another woodcutter. So this woodcutter's job is just to actually produce wood, unlike cutting the other one's job, which is just to cut through the forest in a very particular way. I'll wait until the storm is over before I employ these. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'll wait. These guys are not super happy because a lot of them are unhomed, so we'll have to wait a little while for that. Let's have a look at our trade routes. What can we sell? Oh, the trade routes changed. Oh. Well, we could sell some crystallized dew. I could send 10 crystallized dew for 10 amber. I wonder... I would like to see what that exchange rate is like on the trader before I commit to like these kind of trades. So we'll see how she goes there. Rightio, let's go ahead and pop some people on this workplace. We can pick a new group of immigrants. I will take the 20 grain. In terms of cornerstone, +1 resolve, 10% villager speed is quite good. -5 to global resolve, but +15 to global resolve every time a new glade is discovered. That's actually really, really powerful. That's super powerful. However, it comes with a big downside. Very, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. I think I would rather just take survivor bonding and take a safe, reliable one, because I'm always really worried about those ones that have a downside, because I feel like they can come back and bite you in the ass. So produce a lot of meat or keep my lizards happy and get jerky production. Well, let's have a look at what our options here in this are. Fabric upgrade. So I could be producing water skins and then turning them into trade goods using a weaver. This would also improve my fabric. And this would also give me a specialization spot for my harpies. Although a trapper's camp would be super good. It would give me access to meat and insects. Right now I can only collect eggs. So I'm going to take the trapper's camp. Cookhouse, artisan. I don't think I need an artisan, do I? It would give me access to 3 2-star recipes that I don't currently have. And that is something to not be sniffed at. All 3 of these goods could be really, really useful. What about the manufactory? This would give me training gear, which is handy for meeting the service needs. What about the cooperage? I feel like the artisan fits best with my plans. Here's the question. Do the harpies wear clothing? Consumption control. No, only humans wear clothing. So clothing is actually not super important for me this run. Far more important is bloodthirst, because 2 of my people care about bloodthirst and 2 of them care about religion. So that means there's a particular building I want to look for that meets those needs. And part of meeting those needs is going to be the production of training gear. So that makes the manufactory much more important for me. Plus it also improves my provision recipe. So I think I'll go for the manufactory. See here, we've got scrolls. Now scrolls helps you meet religion. No, scrolls helps you meet education. Incense helps you meet religion, I believe. I don't have incense as an option. This would give me 3 new recipes. I'd be able to make some tools. Fabric, this is like not important. So I'm going to sit on this recipe choice for now. But I think we're starting to build a fundamental economy here. Just like starting to get an idea of where we want to go with this. So Hilda the trader is here. Now I need to think about... so some traders don't buy all of your resources. So that's why it might be advantageous to send your trade routes. Ooh, this is actually a slightly worse trade route than the one I was getting earlier. I see. So what do I have? Pickled goods. I'm going to sell off my crystallized dew. This will pay off in 6 minutes. So I'll go ahead and send that trade route. I would like to auto collect that trade route. Then I wonder how often these refresh. It's kind of an interesting idea, the trade route mechanic. That's one I'm not super familiar with. So what do I actually want to buy off you? Well, I could sell you packs of provisions. I have a few of those in stock. Fabric production, 20 pottery for every glade is honestly really good because they can be packed up into useful goods. And then I will just see if I can get a tool or 2 from trade with you. I don't have a use for grain. I can turn it into crop packs though. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. So I've no use for grain at current time, so I do want to turn that into crops. Feeling pretty good about this. So how many homeless people do we have? We have, ooh, that's 12 homeless people. That's a lot more houses. Let's get someone in charge of this. Don't have a huge amount of wood in the bank, but we definitely want like 10 planks in storage, 10 of this and 10 of this in storage. But if you can get all that hammered away for me, I would be happy. Think about our next glade opening. It's probably going to be this little glade here. I'm kind of looking for a farming spot. That's really the goal here, is if I could just get a farming spot. I'm surprised it's year 2 and I don't even have my clay pit up. It's a little bit unfortunate. Let's get started. I'm going to put down a big shelter. Normally I don't use these, but the nice thing about the big shelter is they cost 4 planks, but they can house double the number of people. So we'll place down some big shelters. 2 big shelters should cover the rest of my housing needs. It won't perfectly satisfy, but it should slowly, like it'll give a little bit of a boost to people's happiness. How many people do I have unemployed? I have a lot of people unemployed, which might imply that it's time to get a trapper's camp. And I think it is. And I'm going to deactivate the scavenger camp from collecting eggs, because if I do it through the trapper's camp, I can get double the egg production. Or rather, I can get bonus egg production is what I'm trying to say. A 10% chance for double egg production. There's our first fertile soil. That's huge for us. Let's add 2 lizards to the newly founded trapper's camp. And I would like you to focus on gathering up the eggs near my main. We've got a root deposit, stone deposit, and some fertile soil. Excellent. This is the perfect situation. So now we want to get the woodcutter in here and start clearing out this little bit of a glade, make it a little bit more roomacious, one might say. In fact, I'll get, well, no, you're opening this glade here. Do I want to open this glade? It's too late now. It's already open. Wormtongue nest, stormbird nest, and a coal deposit. Lots of coal on this map, actually. A surprising amount of coal. So I think the clay pit is the goal here. Now I want to very carefully judge. I can probably get 2 clay pits on this, which is what we shall try to work on. Any new trade routes? We do have more of these to sell. I'm getting a lot of these, actually. It's a really good way to generate amber. Yeah, I guess I'll sell off whatever crystallized dew I have. Boom. In fact, I like the new trade mechanics. Those are kind of interesting, the way they work. They are quite vexatious otherwise. We're definitely going to want a storage tent over here somewhere, but I'll have to make that decision when we understand the lay of the land a little bit better. Let's put a second person working in the crude workstation so we can make sure we have these handled. Let's make sure we're continuing to produce bricks. How are we doing for high tier construction resources? We're looking okay. Plenty of food, plenty of firewood. We are now about to run out of coal, so our pressure on our wood is going to go up. And we do have a little bit of packs of crops. We're making sure we're constantly producing a little bit of provisions. I think it's time to tech up our economy. And I think part of that is going to be the ranch. Yeah, the ranch, which is going to use the reeds produced from this. So this is kind of like the center of upgrading our economy. My stone cutter is finished. Would you come over here and gather these resources instead? We've got roots and stone that we can make good use of. Let's have a little bit of a look. We have a decent amount of stone in the bank. So it might be good to look and see where people are walking regularly and to encourage them along better paths. Let's move this house and put down a new really fancy big shelter there, and that should cover all of our housing needs in a centralized location. We have ourselves a clay pit. Oh, it uses spark dew. Well, that's a new mechanic. They used to not use that. That is a new one. That tells me I'm going to need a storage over here, and we're going to build this out into a proper little mini hub. Where's my second woodcutter? You come on over here and help clean this area up. So resolve is low. The drizzle will last 2 minutes. I think I could safely burn 1 piece of wood to bring resolve up above threshold. Yeah, so I need to start improving the lot in life that my people have, and which is almost certainly going to involve tier 2 food in the next year as part of my main goal. I have a very, very slow economy right now. It's a little bit vexing, but we'll figure it out. Let's build ourselves a rain collector. Yeah, you guys live a little bit far away from where you work, but that's fine. Don't worry about that. We made it through the winter. Let's deactivate wood sacrificing. We can go ahead and get some more immigrants. +5 tools. Seems super based. I forgot to pick orders. Lizard resolve. 55 meat seems very doable in this particular game. 6 lizard houses and 50 skewers in the bank, or 8 lizards and 18 lizard resolve. Hell yeah. I'll take that one. I don't think I'm ready to deliver and take 5 more lizards under my wing. I just don't have the economy for it, as much as I would love that in normal circumstances. I think first, so if we think about this, a spark dew produces 2 spark dew. Call that 4 spark dew a minute. These guys consume 4 spark dew per minute. So 2 of the, like a single rain collector here should be able to fuel a single one of these jobs, which is ideal. So let's get some people working on these. Now my harpies are quite good at this. They have a 10% chance to produce extra spark dew, which is quite handy, which means we'll have a little bit of spare spark dew. Let's get to work on our second clay pit. And we'll also get to work on our second rain collector here in a moment. Next trade is in 1.5 minutes. What do I have? Let's see. What do I have in abundance? I could probably pack up a lot of meat. How are we looking on trade routes? So we're building up our standing with a card. We do have some leaves. We could drop these off. I'll do that. I don't particularly have a use for those leaves. And these guys would buy my hammers. But here's the thing. Do I want to sell off my hammers? They seem more useful to keep. Let's buy a new trade route with a card. Broccoli. Damn. I wonder, when do these offers get exchanged? They reset every season. Okay. So it's a seasonal thing. Even more leather production. Stone production from the clay pit is very interesting. Both of these really appeal to me. If I'm building a leather-based economy, tanning racks is insane. Because if we think about the ranch building that I plan to build here, this would bring me from 2 reeds being worth 6 leather, from 2 reeds being worth 8 leather. Honestly, at that level of efficiency, I don't think it's necessary anymore. But here's the thing, do I care about producing stone in the clay pit? I mean, it means I could have perfectly paved roads across my entire thing, which is kind of an interesting idea. Let's have a little bit of a think about that. The really good roads is kind of cool. I like that idea. I like having my entire, town filled with roads. Let's do it. Yeah, let's produce stone in here. Let's pick some new orders. Trade and industry, so we could sell spark dew and goods worth 35%. More builder, crystallized growth, packs of trade goods, or cut through to 5 glades. Yikes, that sounds tough. I'm already producing spark dew. I'm probably going to do quite a bit of goods selling. So this kind of lines up with my goals. Human resolve. Packs of building materials. I am going to produce a decent amount of cloth from leather this game, which can be turned into building materials. So this kind of lines up with my goals too. So we've got kind of things kind of lining up for us right now. They're not perfectly, but they're kind of lining up. We've taken our first delivery of spark dew, so let's go ahead and assign a couple of people to work the clay pits. These use 8 spark dew per minute. This produces 8 spark dew per minute, so we can fuel. So we'll need 3 rain collectors to fuel 2 clay pits fully. I probably never need to have more than 40 stone in the bank at any time, and honestly, even that's probably a bit much. I probably never need more than 24 stone in the bank, so that'll do. Whereas I want as many reeds as I can get in order to fuel my ranches. So Hilda is here. She give me access to the herbalist camp. Fuel burns 25% longer. That would be really helpful. Storage capacity increase. +1 resolve from homes. These are both really, really good. I think if I were to take 2 here, I would take Firekeeper and Furniture. Those feel like the most impactful. Let's sell off some packs of crops for a little bit of extra amber, and I guess I'll take some eggs. And then we get furniture. That's +1 resolve from homes. That'll be handy. Speaking of homes, I need more houses before we go to the next season. A couple of people are homeless, and therefore that needs to be resolved. All right, we've got 19 reeds in stock. I think I can start assigning some lizards to work here. Now, what do I actually want to produce is the real question here. I think I'm going to hold off on meat production for now, as much as I want meat. And I think I'm going to take these lizards now too. Yeah. Let's grab some extra lizards. Now I have a ton of unemployed and unhoused people, but they will build these houses nice and quickly for me. Not having beavers is really odd. I've never not had beavers, so that's kind of like a confusing thing. I'm usually swimming in wood, but right now I'm kind of very light on wood. Do I go to a 3rd woodcutting camp? I might have to. I think I just have to. Oh, I don't have the parts for it. I'll have to dismantle my scavengers camp. Well, I'll accept that choice. I need to recover some of these anyway. Let's put 2 harpies working in the rain collector. Having 2 extra harpies working in the rain collector means I can assign more workers to these jobs. Now, I want the leather worker as a priority, because by having the leather worker, I'll be able to more efficiently make cloth rather than having to rely on a 6-to-2 conversion. This will be a 3-to-2 conversion for my leather, which just massively improves not only the quantity that I can produce, but the speed at which it can be produced. I'm a little bit worried about this winter. I should be able to get through it with just harvesting. What trade routes do we have available? Oh, we could sell off a little bit of our stone. That actually seems like a really, really good trade route. Let's take that one. I don't want to sell off my training gear because that's actually quite important to my late game economy. Alright, I'm worried about negative... Well, we have tons of wood, so we will be able to burn a lot of wood this winter. Or rather, through the storm, I should say. These guys are trending towards -6. So if I burn 2 wood, they'll sit at 0. Which is not quite enough. I'm going to have to start building... Yeah, I'm going to have to start building higher tier homes. Which I think I can justify for some places like, for example, this lizard house. And a couple of harpy homes. Who can I unemploy? Can I maybe drop hostility by dropping woodcutters? I think I can. So that would bring... Yeah. Okay, so I drop hostility to bring happiness back up by dropping woodcutters. Seems like a reasonable thing to do. I should probably start thinking about a dangerous glade cut through. It's about the time in my economy. This is a very, very slow build. It's not my favorite that I've ever done. What have we got in terms of resource collection? It looks like my stonecutters camp has no available resources, so we'll just kind of pack that away somewhere safe, like over here. And it looks like we could use some extra homes for the people who work in the clay pit. So I'll make a little bit of housing here. Well, first, we definitely want to get that rain collector up before we start building homes. But I definitely feel like a human house here, a lizard house, and a harpy house here should like satisfy these housing needs, at least for the short term. Let's take the harpies off of working the clay pits and put them in charge of the rain collectors, because this gives them the most extra production. Brilliant. We have the leather worker. So I'll put a single lizard in charge of this to produce my cloth for me. And then I'll deactivate the cloth recipe from the crude workstation. And this guy should just be cranking cloth, which can get fed into the makeshift post. So if I think about this recipe, 2 lizards producing 4 cloth per minute each should be able to keep this guy permanently busy with surplus cloth. Let's have a look here, right? Newcomers. 15 stone seems handy. Let's accept that. What else we got? Improvised tools. Ooh, discovering a glade. Now, the minus resolve. I'm already having trouble with resolve, so I can't take anything that minuses resolve. I'll take a lumber tax, though. Every 50 wood, I gain 1 amber. That just seems based. New order available. We can get build a scribe and a forum, and it'll improve my paper production. Or we can go, if we get 2 brick ovens and a monastery, would improve this. I think we'll go for the religious rites. That seems a little bit more important for me. Tinkerer, not necessary. I mean, I haven't even built my current economy up to where it should be, so I don't even know why I'm thinking about further buildings. Let's check our trade routes. Anything screaming? Oh, a good egg trade route is a rare sight. That's 21 amber for eggs. Let's boost our provision limit to 15. Speaking of provision limit, I'm pretty sure I have a building that can make better provisions. It's the manufactory. I should get one of those. The question is, where the hell do I fit it? I'll have to kind of rearrange my town a little bit to put one in. Let's take a moment to look at where people are walking the most. Wherever I see people walking a lot, that tells me I need to build stone roads along where you see a lot of foot traffic. So like around the hearth is usually like a good idea. Okay, so we cut through to a dangerous glade and we do have a totem here. Now the nice thing about this totem is that it will be a hostility reduction totem. I could pick up incense and ancient goods. Ooh, this is going to be a tough one to resolve actually. My best bet is to trade for tools with Sahilda so I can resolve that. So that's what I'll do. I'll wait for Sahilda. Oh, a lot of leather selling is available to me. I'm going to sell 33 eggs. Now I might sell eggs. I'll sell 33 eggs. I think I'm missing the provisions to sell things, so we'll wait there. But yeah, I just need tools, so I'll have to wait on... Oh, I've been burning fuel! I can't believe I made that mistake. Quickly. More woodcutters. Yeah, that's a big mistake. That's actually a potentially run-ending mistake there, is forgetting to reassign your woodcutters and have the wood burning. Just a slight oversight there while opening a dangerous glade might cost me a lot. I would like to replace you with a lizard firekeeper. Lizards are just a little bit too busy at the moment. I accidentally opened another glade, but it's fine. Ooh, this would be huge. I really need these parts. I'm very, very low on parts, so I need to get more simple tools. I have some packs of building materials in the bank too, and I've a huge surplus of reeds, which tells me I should probably get another ranch. And so I will get another ranch. And I need those parts in order to build a mine, which should take care of my fuel issue. Ooh, I have parts for that. Do I have a better coal spot? I want one with 3. Here's a 3. Okay, so this will take care of my fuel, and I won't have to rely on so many woodcutters. So Hilda is here. Nice to meet you. What do you got? Cloth and clothing production. Cloth production is quite good. We are producing a lot of cloth, and we plan to turn it into construction materials, these things. What was I missing? I've plenty of food. Am I missing something again? There was something I was going to trade for. Tools. I need tools to solve this event. What else can I solve it with? Planks? Do you sell planks? You don't sell planks. No resin or oil either on her. We'll have to make do with a suboptimal resolution. I do like the idea of reinforced needles here. Extra fabric production just kind of suits my economy the way that it's set up. Otherwise, I think I will just get as many amber as I can. Just quickly pick up, a little bit of amber. And I need to think about tier 2 food. Can I re-roll this? Bricks, pottery. I can get a brickyard. Jerky. Jerky will be really nice. Now, who eats jerky? That's the question. All 3 of my population eats jerky, which means a jerky building, the smokehouse, is based, and we want a smokehouse ASAP. So we can start turning this meat into jerky. I need to cancel these buildings, because I'm using planks where I shouldn't be. I wish she had planks for sale. I'm sad. Because I need to keep planks in storage, sadly. Speaking of this guy, I would love packs of construction materials. Would be really nice if I could find something to do that with. We're also in a new season, so we should consider trading. Cloth trade route is based. Meat trade route is less based. But I'll send this. I want to send this cloth trade route towards as late as possible, actually. Yeah, no limit on fabric production right now. I want to send that trade route as late into the season as possible to maximize my return. So we got a big problem. We have to start this ASAP. And that's going to increase hostility massively. But I just have to live with it. Level 5 hostility. I'm going to have to cut down on some woodcutters. I have to cut down on a lot of woodcutters. Yeah, I can get down to level 3 hostility, which is ideal. So we'll do that when the time comes. And try to weather the storm. Let's stop plank production. We need to have as much wood in stock as possible for this winter. This effect is going to be active for the entire winter. It's just like I can't afford to lose all my roads. Okay, winter has come. We're minus 23. Take everyone off of woodcutter. That puts us at minus 11. If we burn wood, yeah, we're just going to lose some pop here, I think. That's just going to have to be how it is. I don't have a way to resolve this. So some of these people are just going to leave during the storm. We'll lose probably like 2 lizards and 2 harpies, which will cause us impatience problems. At least I can finish an order, I guess. That'll help a little. So we lost a harpy and we lost a lizard. That boosted impatience. And then we burnt almost all of our fuel. We have to reactivate all of our woodcutters and deactivate burning in the hearth. Immediately call a trader so that we can maybe recover. I forgot to send that trade route. Damn. How much pottery do I have to sell? I have 50 pottery to sell. Boom. Get that out of here. Don't want to sell weapons. Sell another 10 pottery. Let's do it. I think there's a maximum. Yeah, you can only do 5x. I'll sell that pottery too. I need cornerstones and population and all sorts of things. Ooh, meat specialization. This is huge. Trade route travel time is reduced. I'm going to go for a meat specialization. This will give me a huge amount of meat. Let's make sure we're producing meat in here. I have so many things I need to do. Let's take extra lizards. We've got orders to pick. Wood and provisions. This seems very doable for me. I will do wood and provisions. Okay. So we're in a very tough spot, okay? But I think it's still winnable. We're at a decent resolve level, and we have 2 blueprints in the bank. Our economy is kind of up and running. It's a very weak economy because we didn't get really good perks to support it. However, we are about to massively upgrade our economy. We're going to get the mine up. This will take care of all of our fuel needs. So I need to deal with fuel and tier 2 food. So that was the other big thing, which is going to involve a smokehouse. So if we can get both of these things up, we're good. Let's go back to wood production, activate. Although actually maybe wait until we have a little bit of a buffer of wood in the bank before we do that. We've got our trader here. Any fuel on this guy? No fuel. Wow. I could attack the trader. Probably not ideal. Half a point of reputation could be handy. I'll take it. What do you got that could help me? Have you got anything that could help me? Nobody brought any tools this run at all. I'll take 9 amber. It could be used for other things. I'll take builder perk, sure. My builders can carry an insane amount of resources now. And our wood production is at a level where I feel comfortable reactivating plank production. Let's get the... harpies don't care about working in here, do they? But yeah, we need to have this mine cranking at full capacity for one very, very simple reason. We need fuel to not be an issue anymore. Like, that's really severely hurting our economy. Ooh, we opened another place. This is bad. These are really bad things that are happening. I keep opening these things. Fuming machinery. This should be solvable with spark dew. Yeah. I'm going to take the reputation of the amber here. I don't have really good crystal growth production anyway. You always know it's a rough run when you're not clear cutting through glades and you're really struggling to get your economy going. Like this deep into a run. Yes. I think we will go for bloodthirst. This is something we do want to fulfill. Pick a perk. I want a bloodthirst building. I want a church. Bloodthirst and religion. This is literally the perfect thing. This satisfies all of the needs of my people. Bloodthirst and religion. Perfect. So Clan Hall is going to feature heavily in our next phase. Now the only thing we need now is, do I have a way to produce incense? I do. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, I'm finally feeling confident about my economy. It was a little bit shaky there for a while, but now I'm feeling like we're getting somewhere. Because we're finally going to be able to start making tools and satisfying our tier 2 needs. Maybe not right now, but maybe the jerky will be like a good stopgap. We're cranking out an insane amount of coal every minute. We'll probably want like some houses over here to satisfy these needs, but we got to wait till these things are chopped up. Trapper camp is done. What do we got? Nice big egg stockpile over here. Hell yeah. Oh, right, this thing. Yeah, I don't want to deal with an explosion. So why don't I take one of these woodcutters and we go ahead and get a little bit of reputation. So my impatience is really, really high. However, we can reduce that impatience. That's the one thing that we will have going for us soon. I'm going to take a couple of lizards. Now that I have coal, now I have huge amounts of coal, I'm going to delete a woodcutter's camp. It's not necessary anymore. And I'm going to put those lizards to work in here. In particular, we don't ever need more than like 20 incense, but we need all of the jerky. Like all of it. Every single one of my creatures eat jerky. I've got a huge amount of stone in the bank, which means I can start upgrading roads again. Yeah, Clan Hall will be next, but before that, I'd like to get a storage here near these ranches and also near the mine. We're also going to want houses. Can I reorganize this? Nah. I'd like 2 of each race working in here if I could ideally do that. Who could I move? No. Do I have a human spare somewhere? I could take someone off the hearth. I could put a human on the hearth. I forget what humans do on the hearth. They buy me more impatience time. I'm going to take that one. More impatience seems good. Even if carrying capacity is really, really good. This way I can have 2 lizards and 2 harpies living here. And then I'll be able to build 2 lizard and 2 harpy houses in the nearby area. And that'll satisfy their need for all their needs, basically. Although that said, there's probably a better way to build these. So I think I can stop burning wood now in these and exclusively burn coal in my ancient hearth. I'm producing, what, like 12 coal per minute, say, on a bad day? Harpies resolve is low. Are we not eating jerky? Do we not have the jerky going? Maybe we can get away with burning a little bit of coal. Well, we should be able to burn wood and coal. Yeah, we should be fine. Burn a little bit of stuff to get us through the winter. Well, slash storm. One of my ranches is going to be specialized in leather production, and the other is going to be specialized in meat production. Now, what do I use these in? We do have an order ready to complete, oddly enough. And it's this one. Oh yeah, I like that one. 10% villager movement speed. Thank you very much. That'll reduce impatience as well, which is really, really nice. I think our next goal might be to get this up and running. Getting training gear production going, as well as replacing this egg production. So I will put a harpy working away in here, and she'll slowly start producing packs of provisions. I'd say 30 is a good limit now. We can never have enough training gear. For the next winter, we definitely want the training hall, so let's get that under construction. It's going to be our next major achievement. The winter is just about to end, and we'll stop burning fuel. We can pick a cornerstone. Okay. Every 2 solved dangerous events lowers hostility. Biscuit diet, rooty ground. Well, here's the thing. I'm not actually harvesting and planting, so extra wood production could be pretty based. And I do like the idea of having lots of wood that I can turn into planks and other good resources. My big problem is the lack of unemployed people. I'm employing too many of my workers, basically, is my issue. You don't need to have everyone employed, which is a bit of a mistake to be doing it this way, but however. Okay, so the beaver trader is here. Finally, he has tools. Oh my god. Now, we don't have a huge amount of resources, but we could sell off this huge amount of reeds and surplus resources that we have. Like, we have tons of plant fiber. Like, we have a massive surplus of these resources. Let's just kind of like adjust things down. So we want to have some in the bank, but like, do we need this much leather? Probably not. Do we need these provisions? Probably not. Do we need these? We have tons, and I mean tons of amber to make up this trade too. So having a massive amount of tools in our bank is going to be really, really helpful. Plus, I'm going to pick up a carpenter here. But these tools mean I should be able to generate a ton of reputation from these events. Like, that's a whole rep here for 8 of these infused tools. That's just like a no-brainer. 30 amber and a whole reputation point. What do we got here? 0.75. Yeah, this is going to massively help us along in finishing this mission. Although again, I have left nobody unemployed. I think I don't need. I think I can go down to a single woodcutter camp now. I think we're safe enough to. Could pick up a little bit of amber here. Nah, let's check our trade routes. What do we got? We could sell some incense. Plant fiber, I just sold all that. Yeah, we're good. We're good. All right, we're solving glade events. We're up to, what, 8.75 reputation? We just need a little bit more. Let's see, where are our other glade events? Got a little one here. We can get half a point or 8 parts. 8 parts is way too many to pass up. Use our infused tools. New season means new trade routes. Pigment. Plant fiber. Do I even have provisions? I do have some. I don't have skills. Let's buy another trade route. Another trade route. Ah, there we go. This is the trade route. Trade my leather. Perfect. Could sell a little bit of coal. The only thing is I'm burning I got plenty of coal to trade, so we'll wait. We've got 3 harpies churning away at this manufactory. They're going to make all those training gear. I'm just waiting for this to get built. I wonder what is the hold up on this getting built. Like are there other... Ah, right, these housing projects down here. That's right. I mean, these housing projects are necessary, to be fair. What am I looking for again? I guess it's time I just cut through some glades to look for tool events to solve, because that should finish off the mission. Let me see. I can almost do this. This will just come naturally. Yeah, I think I'm basically just done now. And it's just a matter of like a little bit of cleanup detail. Check the trade right before the season ends. I'll sell off my coal. What else have we got here to sell? I could sell off tools. I don't think I like the idea of selling tools. We'll check this trades next season. And here is the next season. Copper. Cloth. Wait, how do I not have a surplus of cloth? I've just been non-stop producing it. Do you know what it is I lack? I lack the provisions. Okay, I don't think I need more than 100. I don't think I need more than like 80 of these training gears, to be honest with you. I do have a few infused tools I could just like sell off. I think I have 2, right? Yeah, I have 2 more spare that I could just like get rid of. Oh, right. People are upset with me. I need to burn coal and wood in this. That'll bring resolve back up to where it should be. Nice and safe. New glade, new challenge. We can use spark dew on this. That should be no problem. We'll get that resolved. Get that half a point of reputation. Man, I could have produced so much spark dew here if I'd really specialized for it. And there is like a little bit of passive production from all these trees, right? There's a 20% chance of that bonus resource. So you cut down enough trees, you end up with a lot of the spark memes. Okay, right. Real quick. What have we got in terms of trading? Yeah, we want to drop this 60 fabric. Boom. I could sell off a little bit of clay. I will. Otherwise, I'm low on provisions. All right, we got immigrants. Just grab any old packet. I'm right on the cusp of victory. Reroll these cornerstones. I didn't like them. Ooh, grain 1 would resolve for every 3 levels of standings with other settlements and trade routes. That's kind of powerful. I could just go for tanning racks. I'll go for friendly relations. I have been building up trade relations with some of these guys. I don't have that many levels, but these trade relations do exist. I have a ton of reputation, but honestly, I don't need them. I don't really have a use for these. I guess I'll just take this one. Alchemist hut, monastery, temple. I don't need any of this. I'll take the smithy, I guess. Yeah, the cookhouse could be handy. It contains a couple of recipes I don't have. Yeah, let's take the cookhouse. Clothier, grill, bakery, supplier. Yeah, none of these really useful. Reroll. Yeah, nothing here. So we're basically done. I just need to solve this. This will get me 1 of the reputation points. So I'll assign 2 people to that. And you have the 16 tools. Investigate. And then I can just probably, while that's happening, go full crank. What do you got? Things I can burn? No oil. Yep, we're just about to win, so let's go full crank on wood, full crank on this, full crank on this. Everyone's reputation should boost, and there we go, we fill up the bar. I probably could have done that a little bit earlier, actually. But I'm always worried about doing that reputation thing. But there you go, another run. Successful run, 50 food, 10 artifacts. A real challenge, very hard. And the levitating monument. Let's go ahead and check out the world map and kind of pick out where we might go next on the world map. So we got Sulo and Sierra here. What do we got here? Sparkdew crystals. The crown warns you not to settle near. Ooh, you start with 6 impatience. Now there's an interesting concept we also have here. The Royal Woodlands. So what is this effect? What is this thing? Oh, it was like a loot crate you click on. Ah, cool. Okay, so let's go into the Smoldering City. It was like a chest you could click on. Interesting. We've completed a bunch of deeds. Let's claim our rewards, because we do want to level up. Most of these will give XP as rewards, but a couple of them give like little cosmetic items. Like here's rain punk barrels. It's kind of neat. Experience. Leveling up. Now we will go ahead and buy upgrades. We've got a ton of food, got a ton of artifacts, and just enough machinery to be dangerous. Here's a really interesting upgrade here. The Brass Forge level 6. You get a +5 storage in all buildings in your settlement. What this means is that buildings will deliver their resources less frequently, but it means overall their productivity will be higher because they will spend less time delivering their resources. If you imagine, if a building, let's say a villager can carry 5 resources, okay, and a building can hold 10, that means, or a building can hold 8 or whatever, that means they have to deliver, 8 resources in 2 trips. Whereas if you have 13, you could deliver 13 in 3 trips, which is technically slightly more efficient, I believe, because it's like slightly above 4 per trip. So this is quite useful for actually increasing your capacity. And a 2% global production speed is not bad. 2% walking speed. Ooh, 20% more resources for embark bonuses. Now here's an interesting one. We could get a delivery line, although I don't have enough machinery for these, but I like these delivery line ideas. They're kind of interesting. Now I'm pretty sure you don't have to get these upgrades in order. I think if as long as you have the resources for one, I don't think they're linear. Or did they make them linear? They might have made them linear in the latest patch. Okay. I like the idea of a 2% bonus global production speed and extra storage in my buildings. I feel like that's just going to make my towns quite a bit more efficient. So that's the one that I'll take. So now I got to go gather a bunch of food. Yeah, but I think I could maybe fit 2 to 3 more towns in this cycle before we have to wipe the map. And I got to think about, like, where are we going with these towns? 24 artifacts from this mission. Like, if you look at a normal yields, 6 artifacts, hard 14, very hard 24, impossible 30. I feel like very hard is like that nice sweet spot difficulty where things are kind of challenging but not too difficult. But we'll make a decision on where we'll go next in the next episode. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.